never start. Got cars that never start. No plan B, can't sleep. My mind racing. Brown paper, put it underground, build the foundation.
Hey guys, how's it going? So in this film study video, we're going to be taking a look at Kostya Tszyu versus Miguel Gonzalez, and we're looking at this fight because this is a fight where Kostya Tszyu regains his world championship in 1999 when he wins the vacant WBC junior welterweight title, which is a vacant title at the time. We're looking at this fight because Kostya Tszyu was able to systematically break down Miguel Gonzalez, and the lead hand played a huge role in this fight. So that's why we're looking at this, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, to give you a recap of the first round, you see Kostya Tszyu using that lead hand just to establish his distance. Punch strays low from Miguel Gonzalez over there. So the first round was kind of, a very tentative round. You had Kostya Tszyu trying to establish his distance, establish his range, and you had both guys really just trying to counter themselves. A couple shenanigans happening there from Miguel Gonzalez. This was a round which the referee had to get involved in. Here you see Kostya Tszyu use that lead hand and then change that to a short left hook. So like I said, lots of holding and hitting in the round, particularly from Miguel Gonzalez, and the referee has to get involved quite a bit in the first round. Once again, you see that lead hand from Kostya Tszyu. We're going to see a lot more of that lead hand as the fight plays out. And once again, like I was talking about, there's a lot of shenanigans in this fight. Miguel using his head on the inside, the referee has to get involved. So I just gave you a quick recap there of the first round. Now we're going to get into the details as to how Kostya Tszyu systematically breaks this down. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is Kostya Tszyu's use of the lead hand to set up his offense. In the second round, Kostya Tszyu actually lands a beautiful two-punch combination, which is actually the two best punches of the round. But it's the way he sets this up, the way he sets up this combination is the most significant thing. And it's all down to his lead hand and the way he uses it for misdirection. And we're going to take a look at that right now. Alright, so that two-punch combination begins right here. You see him show the lead hand. Now watch what he does. He shoots the jab right up the middle. So he shows the lead hand, then he shoots the jab. Now pay attention. See him show the lead hand again. Now watch what he's going to do. Okay, there's a feint there from Miguel Gonzalez. Now watch what he does after he shows the lead hand. He's going to show it to him again. That's a feint. And then he comes over with the left hook and then the right hand. Alright, let's break this down. Kostya Tszyu shows that lead hand, right? You see him say, look at my lead hand. Now what does he do? He shoots the jab right down the middle. From a different angle, let's watch this two-punch combination. Watch how Kostya Tszyu is going to feint the jab. Watch how he shows the lead hand and he feints the jab. Miguel Gonzalez reaches for what he thinks is a jab, left hook around the side, and then comes back with the right hand. Miguel doesn't see that left hook. He's reaching for the jab. This is beautiful misdirection. Alright, so Kostya Tszyu, who of course is one of the best junior welterweights of all time, actually continues to use his lead hand to set up his combinations. In this instance, you're about to see Kostya Tszyu is going to use that lead hand to obstruct the vision of Miguel Gonzalez and then create an opening for the left hook and the right hand.
Пятый раунд. Полный.
Okay, let's break this down. The first thing you're going to see is Kostya Tszyu using that lead hand as a blinding device, of course, to obstruct the vision momentarily of his opponent. So he uses it to obstruct the vision. Next, you see him touch the lead hand of Miguel Gonzalez. So now he's using his lead hand as distraction. And then you're going to see him get his lead hand parried. Now, Kostya Tszyu feints the right hand while his lead hand is being parried by Gonzalez. And the opening for the left hook is right there. And you see the left hook and he avoids the right hand. So now I invite you to watch the whole thing again and see how it all unfolds. You're going to see Kostya Tszyu using this lead hand now as a blinding device, distraction device as well. He gets his lead hand parried, the opening for the left hook is there, and he marginally avoids the right hand. Alright, so I just want to inform you as you're watching this video that Miguel Gonzalez was very dependent on his left hook. So as you can see, he typically hooks and then he holds that left hand a little bit too low. And from the days of Joe Louis to the days of modern boxing, when you hold that left hand low, you have to expect the right hand. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at what I'm calling the Kostya Tszyu short left hook for the purposes of this video. I know he didn't invent the technique. I'm just saying this is something he did a whole bunch of times. Kostya Tszyu would basically show you his lead hand, and he would rotate that lead hand in a circular motion. And at any point, Kostya Tszyu would break that motion, break the rotation with a spontaneous short left hook, which catches his opponents when they do not expect this.
Видите, Костя настолько хладнокровно тут разделывается с мексиканцем, что позволяет себе то, что
Okay, let's take a look at what's happening. The first thing we see is Kostya Tszyu establishes his lead hand. This is the first step to what he does in this technique. You get your opponent preoccupied with that lead hand by, of course, establishing it, no different from what a magician would do. And then you watch for the rotation of that lead hand and then the short, sharp left hook at the end. Now let's pay attention to this again. Watch him establish the lead hand. And now you see Kostya Tszyu rotate that lead hand in a circular motion. If the opponent isn't already preoccupied with the lead hand and thinks that there is an opening, you have to realize that that short left hook is very, very quick. And he's able to use that to shut down any offense that his opponent might actually start to utilize. And there you see that short left hook, and then the rest of the offense follows off of that. Beautiful technique from Kostya Tszyu.
И, в общем-то, он был хороший, изворотлив. И, в общем, свел большинство с этой суперзвездой. А тут просто избиение.
Once you get to the 8th or the 9th round, if you watch this fight, Kostya Tszyu literally puts on a boxing clinic with one hand. Here you see him show the lead hand. He pulls it out wide. He thinks there's a left hook coming. He shoots the jab. I mean, he's landed so many left hooks in this fight that Kostya Tszyu can just do anything he wants with this guy at this point. You know, he can't deal with the lead hand of Kostya Tszyu. Here you're going to see Tszyu using that lead hand in a circular motion. Look at that. He establishes it. Then you see him using it in a circular motion. He shows it to him. He shows it to him. He spins it, you know, and then he just shoots it right down the middle. Like I said, if you had stopped this fight in the 8th round, nobody would have complained because he'd just been systematically broken down. And we're seeing the same thing. And it's all just with one hand. This is what I want you guys to pay attention to. That lead hand just opens everything for Kostya Tszyu. He's tagging this dude with right hands, no problems. He doesn't have a single difficulty landing any punches that he wants to.
Легче сказать, чем сделать.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about Kostya Tszyu's use of the lead hand for defense and then transitioning from that defense to an offensive position. In other words, we're going to take a look at how in the 9th round, he was able to transition from defense to offense as he uses his lead hand to deflect a jab to the body and then simultaneously strikes with the right hand. So that's what we're going to take a look at right now. Okay, so as we pay attention to this, notice how Tszyu is about to use that lead hand just like a shield. You see how he's able to deflect that jab to the body, basically using his lead hand. Now, he also utilizes the forward momentum of Miguel Gonzalez against him as he deflects this jab down to the body. And then you see the right hand, left uppercut down the middle. Then he uses control to pick his head up with the left hand to then land that right hand. We'll take a look at this again. Watch how he deflects the punch, right hand, left uppercut, picks his head up with the left hand, and then shoots the right hand. Alright, so now we're going to show you something about Miguel Gonzalez here that really just tells you why he lost this fight. Kostya Tszyu is going to feint the jab. Now watch Miguel Gonzalez reach for the right hand. And watch how Kostya Tszyu brings the left hook around the sides. He's always open for a left hook. He doesn't get to the right hand, and Kostya Tszyu lands the right hand. Now what I'm trying to show you is this. Watch when he feints the jab. Watch how Gonzalez is going to reach for a punch and is always open for the left hook around the side. Look at this. That's all Kostya Tszyu really needed. And of course he doesn't get to the punch, and it's just timing, and so the right hand lands on its target as usual. This is what studying tape of your opponent does. Watch Kostya Tszyu feint the jab, And look at the reaction of Miguel Gonzalez. See how he's reaching for the punch. Left hook on the blind side, right hand. He's always reaching for punches. This is in the second round. I already showed you this clip before. This is in the second round. So we're going to take a look at this again. All Kostya Tszyu had to do, really, and he discovered this in the second round, was to feint the jab. This dude was going to reach for punches all night, not defensively responsible, doesn't understand he can step away from punches, doesn't understand how to smother his opponents, and that's what happens. Now, while I do understand that most of the people who watch my videos tend to be very intelligent people who understand that there are no benefits to a dehydrated lifestyle, I still have to include this slide at the end because there may be a few people who come in here, and because of the ease at which Kostya Tszyu was able to actually beat Miguel Gonzalez, they might say, okay, he's just a bum, which is why I have to include this slide here to show you that leading up to the fight with Kostya Tszyu, Miguel Gonzalez had actually won 2 of his fights and had 1 draw. When one of those wins was against Alex Perez, who was actually a very good fighter himself, and he stopped him in the 5th round. And the draw, I would have you know, was actually against Julio Cesar Chavez. So this guy definitely knows what he's doing leading up to the fight with Kostya Tszyu. Kostya Tszyu makes easy work of this individual. And then the next 7 fights after he fights Kostya Tszyu, he goes on to beat 6 opponents and only has 1 loss. So now you have to sit down and say, well, damn, why couldn't the other 6 opponents do what Kostya Tszyu did to Miguel Gonzalez? You know, so you can just see that he ends up winning 6 of the next 7 fights. So obviously this dude is not a bum. It's just that you have to now say, give Kostya Tszyu the credit that he deserves based on how easy he was able to make this fight with Miguel Gonzalez. And so that's just basically what I had to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching. Please click the red button to subscribe so you don't miss any of my updates. Of course, you have previous videos you can click on the side panel to enjoy. There's also a more popular video which you might as well check out as well. Once again, please like, comment, and subscribe, and please share my videos. Thank you.
Know a couple niggas that's down the ride for a homicide when it's drama time. Run up on a nigga with the llamas flying, leave his loved ones all traumatized. 150, I'm really with it. I'll drop his ass and then forget it. On a man round my side of town, might see a bitch and forget I hit it.